So let us look at the two reference handbooks. So on the left-hand side is our latest edition of the FE Electrical. It's actually FE Reference Handbook, not FE Electrical. And this is one of the major differences between the PE Power versus FE Electrical, that PE Power Reference Handbook is focused on power systems, on the PE Power exam, right? Whereas the FE Electrical and Computer Reference Handbook is actually a FE Reference Handbook, in the sense that once you download this, once you start using this, you're going to see that there is FE Civil, FE Mechanical, FE Chemical, FE Environmental, FE Other Disciplines content over here. Some of the topics are shared between the different disciplines, such as math, probability, stats, engineering economics, ethics. These are some of the topics that basically show up in more or less all the FE exam specifications. So that is the first difference. Now, let's just focus on the FE reference handbook first, the pros and cons, the way it's structured. If you guys have been preparing for the exam, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those of you who have not been preparing for the exam, who are just getting started or are just looking at this session sort of an exercise just as a review, then it will be something new for you, right? So how is this reference handbook structured? The reference handbook contains multiple bookmarks, right? Essentially a tab for each subtopic. The good thing about the FE reference handbook is that it is very comprehensive. I've got this small request for you. 77% of you watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. That's a massive number. If this video is helping you out in any shape, way, or form, please do me a quick favor. Please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. That way you will not miss out on any content that we've got planned, and it really supports the channel. The FE reference handbook, if you are paying attention to the reference material that they have provided you under each and every one of the topics, say digital systems, say electromagnetics, say communications, mathematics, applicable for FE electrical and computer exam, then, and making sure that you understand the concepts inside out, then you are setting yourself up for success. Because for the most part, pretty much every single line item that they've mentioned, for the most part, in the exam specification, in the exam scope, in this exam, if you can call it a curriculum, right? It's very well captured in the FE reference handbook. The equations, the formulas, the definitions, and it can serve as a really good anchor for you, a really good guide, a lighting post, whatever you want to call it, for your exam preparation. Please do not take shortcuts on top of what is already provided in the reference handbook. So if there is in computer networking, for example, I always like to make this point. Computer networking, a lot of engineers, it might have been an elective in your undergraduate studies. If you graduated 20 years ago, maybe computer networking was not even a topic as part of your curriculum. If you're an internationally trained engineer outside the US or Canada, then chances are that your curriculum is not going to be very similar to what the North American typical curriculum is. And you might not even have had to take computer networks. But this is where things get interesting, right? If you start skipping the content that is explicitly mentioned in the reference handbook, for which you need to develop deeper understanding, then your risk of failing the exam is going to go higher and higher and higher, because everything that is explicitly mentioned in the reference handbook, you should know inside out. Okay. So that's the FE reference handbook, FE electrical reference handbook, at 10,000 foot view. Now comparing this to our P Power, the P Power reference handbook is actually, this actually came about, the first edition came about on 1st of December 2020. And guess what? Before 1st of December 2020, the P Power exam used to be an open book exam. I don't know about you guys, how many open book exams you have taken in the past in your career. I actually never took any open book exam until I got to my grad studies. So when I was doing my master's, then the concept of open book exams came up. And I can guarantee you that the open book exams are more, at least based on my experience, they tend to be more difficult than the closed book exams. Why? Because there is a little bit more leeway, there's more open-endedness to those exams. And since you can bring in the reference material yourself, they're not necessarily always going to be testing you on things that are explicitly in the reference material. Okay. So on 1st of October 2020, going back, this is sort of like a historical overview, the PE Power exam also switched to a closed book exam. The FE electrical exam, or the FE exam, switched to a closed book in October 2014. and this one on 1st of December 2020. But there is a legacy effect in terms of the PE Power exam. Why? Because the nature of the PE Power exam, it focuses more on depth versus breadth. So if you solely rely on the reference handbook, right, for FE Electrical, the reference handbook is pretty decent. But when you sort of use that approach towards preparation or even the exam day strategy, then you may be disappointed because the very first topic in the P Power exam preparation is instrument transformers. And I like to mention this in these webinars all the time. And when I onboard my students in my P Power program, I remind them, and in my actual on-demand content in the live training classes, I also remind the students multiple times that the very first topic, instrument transformers, a line item in the P Power exam specification has zero reference material in this reference handbook. Okay, so you should be familiar with the reference handbook. You should know the equations. You should know how to apply them. You should know the definitions. You should know the topics and subtopics, but you cannot just limit yourself to the reference handbook. Okay, we need to go above and beyond, which is what is explicitly mentioned in the reference handbook, and we need to sort of take a deeper dive. As far as another question that comes up all the time is the control F, right? If these are PDFs, first of all, these are provided as PDFs, not as paperbacks or hard copies to you on the exam. On one side of the screen, so split screen setup, I believe in most of the testing centers, if not all the testing centers, half of the screen is going to be your exam, half of the screen is going to be reference materials. In the case of the P Power exam, in addition to the reference handbook, you also have codes and standards, namely NFPA 70E, which is our arc flash standard. It's also called, the actual name is safety for an electrical workplace. And then you have NEC, which is NFPA 70. You have NESC, which is for utilities primarily. Then you have NFPA 497, 499, and 30B. So we basically have 6 references in terms of the codes that are provided to us, plus 1 reference for the reference handbook. So you will have a PDF which will have 7 tabs. Okay. Then we have for the FE electrical reference handbook, just 1 PDF. Okay. Just 1 PDF on half the screen because there's no codes and standards that basically provided. All right. So as far as the control F feature is concerned, yes, you can do a control F, but I don't recommend doing control F. Control F should be your last resort, not the first approach or your default strategy. Because if you, let's say, search for resistor, how many hits do you think you're going to get in each of these reference handbooks? Right? Quite a few hits, right? And it's just going to sort of throw you back and forth. And on the FE exam, time is of essence. It can make the difference between you passing or failing the exam. 3 minutes per question is not a lot of time. So my approach is to use bookmarks. By using bookmarks, so I recommend students when they're preparing for the exam, whether you're doing a bunch of practice problems yourself, whether you are in my program, whether you're using study guides, whether you're studying, watching YouTube videos, ChatGPT, however way you are preparing for the exam, always have the reference handbook in front of you, right? And this is applicable to both FE Electrical as well as P Power, because the typical timeline for FE exam preparation is roughly 3 to 4 months. The typical timeline for the P Power exam preparation is typically 4 to 5 to 6 months. And sort of subconsciously, you will develop a lay of the land. You'll have a mental framework as to where things are. And that is a much more effective way of going about the reference handbook, extracting the formulas and equations, right? Rather than just doing a control F, because control F can throw you all over the place. And the control F feature apparently is not exactly the same that you are used to with a PDF. It's still a PDF, but it's not as great. Okay. So how do we use the reference handbooks? First of all, make sure that everything and anything that is in the reference handbook applicable to your FE electrical and computer exam or the PE Power exam, you know it inside out. Okay. As far as FE electrical and computer exam is concerned, don't cut corners, because you have the opportunity to cut corners over here because the reference material is pretty dense. But in the PE Power exam, the reference handbook is fairly light. There's several topics that are missing. So you have to use another approach, which is you have to over prepare beyond what's in the reference handbook. So these 2 exams, although are sort of similar in terms of the format, but there is a very different approach towards preparing for both of these exams. Okay, so any questions about this? And for the latest edition of these reference handbooks, please visit the NCEES website, create your account at mynces.org, and you'll be able to download the PDF versions of these reference handbooks free of charge. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. On a weekly basis, I'm creating content for FE Electrical and PE Power exam preparation. I also discuss topics related to electrical engineering with a focus on power systems engineering. If you'd like to learn more about my FE Electrical and PE Power exam preparation programs, please visit my website, studyforfe.com.